Folks, in the last episode, we were talking about how the religion has been used by every corrupt in Islamic history and denying any right or any support to the poor. In Pakistan, if we look precisely, we will see that the GHQ gang has used religion for all the negative reasons. In the beginning, as I said, they put mullahs above the civilians and thereby give them all kind of support. And once the mullahs become powerful, then no society can actually do anything because mullah's religion is to keep the status quo, keep the poor, to not allow any job growth, to not allow any right to women who are pivotal for any economic progress in any country. If we look into what women part has been in the development of civilized societies, North America, Europe, we will see that the women had always had a lot of rights which they used. They were equally earning members. They did job and they made a lot of money and that helped them to do shopping or traveling or high and restaurants, you name it. And this has become the norm in a civilized world that this world is about learning, earning, and enjoy. First of all, when we go to learning, we see that Pakistan is the slowest and the most backward country in Southeast Asia because the military gang took all the money and they took all the power and then told the people that, oh, as I said previously, Nawab स्कूल नहीं खोलने देते, जागीरदार स्कूल नहीं खोलने देते, अपना जो जमींदार हैं सिंध के वो स्कूल नहीं खोलने देते, an absolute bullshit. Because if you have a democracy, every newborn is your responsibility. You have to take care of him until he is 18. You have to give him at least 12 degree courses up to 12 year, what they call it higher secondary in Pakistan. And then after that, he can decide on his own. But after getting higher security education, he can easily get job, create a business for himself, and then he's supposed to pay the taxes. So the tax regime in Pakistan was also denied by military gang and the corrupts because they wanted to make millions but did not want to pay any tax. This is a very false statement you see everywhere in Pakistan, particularly coming from this GSU gang and the high-end businessmen who says, oh, tax किसको दें? ये गवर्नमेंट तो सारा खा जाती है. इसलिए what they do is they work with CBR and the tax officer and then give only 5% due taxes and then give him some money and that way the system runs. That is why the economy can never grow properly because government has no money. Then on top of that, they have cash business, which is not recorded in the economy and government cannot collect the taxes. There is a very simple statement you hear everywhere that Pakistan's 50% of the economy is cash economy. That means they do everything in cash, they take it outside, and then the government gives them amnesty, and then they bring that money in dollars, and then all that money is green money. All their black money is green money. So that way, those rich they become rich, and the poor they stay poor because government does not have taxes, does not have enough money. Pakistan is the least tax collecting nation in Southeast Asia, not even 10%, while India has almost 17%. Bangladesh has 15%, and they are further tightening this belt, taking all the cash economy out of business so that the government, the people do all digital economy, and that way the government know where the money is and where they should put access. It is very unfortunate that in Pakistan, 90% of the tax are not paid by the rich. Everybody, there was a statement from Shahid Khakan Abbasi just recently. He said, if you collect money by force from rich people, all the parliament will be empty. That means the parliamentarians who ride 7 crore, 10 crore value car and have all the lavish lifestyle, they pay nothing. The agricultural zamindar also pay nothing. So, because the government never had the support of this military gang, they could never enforce the law. Because whenever a turmoil comes, and these corrupt people, they can create turmoil from many ways. They have mullahs on their side who can make any issue, and then thereby they can destabilize the civil government, and then the military has a option to come back again. Because Pakistan is the only country where the military is not under civilians. They are above the law, they are above the constitution, they do whatever they like, and the most corrupt on this planet. We see that poor kids, almost we have a education level of something like 50%, and 50% are uneducated, and they have no right. Government never gives them education, no health care, nothing. Even recently, when Imran Khan issued a health card, the current government, they closed it because they say this is a card which can help Imran Khan get re-elected. And the daughter of Nawaz Sharif, Maryam Nawaz, was caught on an audio tape where she says to Nawaz, इसका ये कार्ड ख़त्म कर दो, उसके बाद उसको दिखाने के लिए कुछ नहीं है. This is the way the politicians work. And now they are being backed by this GSQ gang just to make sure Imran does not come in power. So when we talk about the use of religion, we see that for almost 24 years, military gang along with mullah kept fooling the nation. Oh, India is coming, India is coming, India is coming. And the slogan, एक ही सबका नबी दीन भी ईमान भी एक, क्या जब बात हुई होती जो मुसलमान भी एक. And we are Muslim, we have one book, we have one prophet, and we should all be united. Without talking about the rights which everybody was demanding. East Pakistan was demanding a right for 24 years, which were not given. Even when they got majority in assembly in Pakistan, they were denied it. That is why they revolted and created a mini war in East Pakistan, which was later held by India, and they liberated their country in only 2 weeks. This Pakistan military who was claiming, oh, East Pakistan has natural defense and it can never be conquered by anybody and all that bullshit. It all went away, and General Niazi was signing a surrender document. And this guy has no shame, which he said that he will die, he will commit suicide. Man, he will not sign this surrender document. And then there were 90,000 of them were caught by India as a matter of protection, because if they were not caught by India, they would slaughter 90,000, because the same army slaughtered over 250,000 according to Hamud Rahman Commission, the Supreme Court in Pakistan. The Bengalis, they blame about 2 million were killed, and thousands of women were raped and looted, and you name it. But this military has such a shameless character that they came back in power again in 7 years from a politician who was not so good, but at least he was a civilian. He had an international say, He has some brain. He could have done wonders for Pakistan. But this military gang did not allow him because they thought if we become powerful, then we will not be able to make our defense colonies, our factories, and all that nonsense which they had been doing for last 70 years. Today, this military, as one of the book written by an author said, this is a military ink. This is not a military. So we see the use of religion. Briefly, I will say the religion is a necessity in every society. What it does, that it gives you courage, it gives you support, it makes you honorable, and it helps you getting your human rights. Some of it, because the religion does not have much human rights. But whatever Pakistanis had, they could have been given some extra rights so that they can progress, they can get education and all that. But that was not allowed. After 1977, then when they took over Bhutto government, then the Afghan issue came, and then they became the king of the world. They created jihadis, and they created killers, they supported Taliban's, and then the same people, they are still killing Pakistanis today, innocent Pakistanis. Because after 9/11, when the Musharraf changed his stance and told them to sideline yourself and stop this jihadi war, they did not accept. They said, no way, this is our religious edict and we have to follow it. They tried to kill even Musharraf 3, 4 times. But as I said, this religion has particularly been used by GHQ to fool Pakistanis because they had mullahs on their side and they stabilized every political party in Pakistan. So the people could not get their human right, their constitutional right, and can have the progress needed and important for Pakistan. Pakistan went on sliding to a situation where now it is the poorest country in South Asia. It is a country which don't know where they're going. They have a fear of bankruptcy, they have fear of social meltdown, they have a fear of civil war, and this military king cares less. I mean, there are even many retired military generals who are cursing this Asim Munir, and then the other generals who are keeping their eyes closed just so that they can continue their power and they can keep molesting the nation. So we see that these mullah gangs, they always create an issue. A small little boy, if he urinate on outside a mosque, wall of mosque, these mullahs, they go and burn their mandir. And then the government has to pay millions of rupees to reconstruct it because they have to show a face among the world. When I believe it was in 1992, when some Saudi tribes, they revolted against Saudi Arabia and they occupied Mecca. Look what this mullah did. They said America has done it, and we will not allow America to take over our holy place. So all these mullahs, they went protested against outside the American embassy and they burned it down. Later, Saudis told them that it was our internal affair. Saudis invited the French commandos and they got rid of those people who had occupied the Mecca. And they were actually opponent of the Saudis because in Saudi Arabia, nobody likes Saudis. Saudi Arabia has 150 tribes and these Saudis are only one of the tribes who are controlling everybody. And historically, we know that Saudi's tribe was not supporting Prophet Muhammad when he waged a war against other people. But this corrupt gang of Saudis, they have not only destroyed the Muslim Ummah, they have made every poor Muslim country a living beggar by blackmailing oil. So initially, when they got money, they started investing on mass. They created or constructed more than 1500 mosques in Europe and America. And the way they did it, they went to an area where the Muslims were living. They say, okay, you collect 10%, we'll give you 90%, and then we will also give you a mullah. That way, every Pakistani or Middle Eastern who was in Europe became radical Muslim. Because the Wahhabi faith is all about radicalism. It's a faith which only creates hate. I know people who even hate their fathers and say, I pray for them that Allah will forgive them because they were Sunni or Barelvi, and they think what they were doing was shirk. They were mixing somebody else with God. So this idea of Tawheed started by Saudi corrupt mullah Abdul Wahab, whose own teacher warned him not to continue this stupidity. But because he made contact with Saudi gang, they together changed the local customs, forced people to accept their stupid and worst ideology Muslims ever had. And then from then on, it is very unfortunate that they got oil from Saudi Arabia, which was again a Pakistani helped them. The first contract between American company Exxon, I believe, and the Saudi government was facilitated by a Pakistani called Ajab Khan, and his kids are Saudi nationals and living there. But they destroyed Pakistan literally. Pakistan's oil bill, which was almost 100, $200 million a year, went up to $2 billion. Their balance of payment totally disturbed. But they had no mercy on any Muslim country. For them, money is more important than religion. And now that when they have got religion, they are ditching their Islam left and right. Before, the same stupid rules which they had in the country, every Pakistani mullah wanted to force on Pakistan. That is why we had these six stupid so-called Muslim laws which have literally destroyed the constitution of Pakistan, which is only good for rich. The rich people can kill and can get away. The rich people can rape, and the Council of Islamic Ideology says you have to bring four witnesses. I mean, it is unfortunate that 5,000 women filed or told police that they have been raped, and instead of corrupt, they were put in jail first. And then not even a single rapist was convicted in Pakistani court because of this Islamic law. And many cases where the poor's life, because I have told you previously that religion, particularly Islam, only is to destroy the life of poor, use them in terrorism as a fodder for war and a free helper. They have nothing for labor or woman. We'll talk about that issue later. But in current situation, when we see that Sweden has burned a Quran, and then everybody is making big hoopla out of it, we should know that this Saudi oil money has distributed so many Quran in every Western countries, every Asian, Pakistani, even Mediterranean restaurants or grocery stores, they have Quran stacked on the side. When you put that much money and you make your book so worthless that anybody can pick it up and do whatever they like, what do you expect? 95% of Swedes are non-Muslims. So why would you put Islam so easily accessible? Because by reading Quran, nobody can get converted. 99% conversion happen when you influence personally somebody. If somebody see a good Muslim, practicing Muslim or non-practicing Muslim with good habits, he like to get converted into Islam because he does not care about his own religion or his faith. This is a drama which Saudis have started. And their main purpose of this conversion is so they can get extra visitors for Hajj and Makkah. Otherwise, the money they wasted in West should have been used to improve the life of the Muslims who are Muslim by birth. They have the most right. Saudis have access to over $1,000 billion, and they don't even give $2 billion to Pakistan as a loan. So this is how bad they are. Just 50 years ago, they were getting stipends from Pakistan. When Ayub Khan was president, he was invited and he was given state honor over there. Now this Pakistani president or prime minister goes to Saudi Arabia, a low-level minister will come and invite them or accept them or shake hand with them. This is how much low value Pakistanis have become because of this religion, because they did not value their own importance. They did not realize that if they had brain, they will be a leader of Muslim world. They will have so much wealth that they will be in a position to give loan to other countries. But since Zawla came, everything was totally decimated. Not even a single poor was helped. He had a stupid idea of this zakat. He got like 20, 40 million from Saudis in aid, and then he established a zakat system where the people they have they have no care of the poor anymore. Excuse me. Because before, when there was no zakat law, people were helping their neighbors, their neighborhood people, and the society was kind of getting some support. After the zakat law, forced by Saudis, the people become poorer. When Ziaul came in power, the poverty was 17%. When he died, it was 38%. And because the same stupid laws are in existence in Pakistan, the poverty is now almost 55%. Because with the religion imposed on you, the mullahs on your head, you cannot create a job creating society. So today or yesterday, when Shehbaz Sharif he said students should better control these people, otherwise then we should not be blamed, like as if he's going to send an atom bomb to Sweden. He did this because Imran Khan has asked Friday to protest about this, which I believe is wrong. We should not use religion to create hate among other countries. This was the act of one person, and I'm sure Sweden government has already condemned it. I mean, what more you want? Every holy book is holy. If you allow Bible to be put like in grocery stores or the hotels where you have in Europe and America, then you will see how many Muslims will throw away or burn Bible. I mean, there are some stupid, crazy people in the world. You cannot blame the world and it continue barking about this Islamophobia. And there is no Islamophobia. The more Muslims are killing Muslims than any other countries in the world. In Pakistan, 100,000 have been killed by another Muslim. The killing Muslim is saying Allah Akbar, the dying Muslim is saying Allah Akbar. This is how bad the religion becomes when you put in politics. And this happens because of the GSU gang. Because Bangladesh, they stopped this stupidity. They have banned mullahs to issue fatwas. They have sidelined their army to do only professional things. But in Pakistan, this GSQ gang, which is, as I said, low IQ people, have no brain at all, have literally taking advantage of Islam just so they can become billionaire. So their kids can go overseas and get education. Their family can get overseas nationality while they are getting almost 10 times the budget than for education. Education budget in Pakistan is the lowest in Southeast Asia. This is where the Islam should be used to provide justice, to provide respect, to provide equality. This is what Qaidism said, that we should not kill each other on the basis of religion. And the worst who are actually victim are minorities, are women, or even kids. It is unbelievable that a kid born in Pakistan has no right, has no right at all. This GSQ gang and mullah says, oh, Allah ne diya hai, Allah provide karega. Stupid. The government has to take care of that kid so that he can become a good citizen, can work for 50 years and pay taxes. But the ideology of religion, which these two gangs are pursuing, is only creating good Arab slaves. They are doing it in Europe and America, where I see Pakistanis going to Hajj, and while the country is $130 billion in in debt and wasting billions. This is really the worst thing Pakistanis are doing, wasting their money on Arabs who are already filthy rich. All that money should go to the poor, and we should give a shame to these Arabs who are not coming forward, claiming that Quran has everything. In Quran, there is no borders, there is no ikama. You don't need any such thing according to Islam, and it is your obligatory on you to take care of the poor and destitute. But Saudis or the Arab countries like UAE and Qatar, they are using religion just to benefit them. So the poor countries can still go there and make them more rich. Think about it, folks. We should not fall into this stupidity of Arab drama and try to save Pakistan. God bless.